originally from Washington, D.C., and my family had lived in the suburbs of Maryland after I was about 7.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first came to this area, I was looking for employment. And Michael and Sons had an ad in the paper, I think for an office manager or some type of administrative position.
Mm-hmm.
And I had researched them and thought about applying for a position, but some other things came up, and I was offered a job, the one that I have now, and so I took it. But it was funny that their name had come up, when I was looking for employment. I'd already done research on them, so I knew that they had a name and, that they were professional. So when I got my bill, I knew that 2 people could not be using $249 water. I knew that I had a serious problem. And just from my experience of researching them for employment, that's how I ended up calling them for this.
I believe it was a Thursday. Got a call up in Baltimore. Running a call like I normally run it. I was going there to give an estimate on the water service, and talking to the lady, we were going over the issue at hand, how we would accomplish the job that we were talking about, but in talking that also getting to know her a little bit, and she told me a little bit about how she had been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
About, I guess it's been 18 months or so, a little bit more than 18 months, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And not only is it stage 4, but it's an incurable form of cancer. So they treat you to provide you with a maintenance, until the cancer overtakes and doesn't react to the treatment any longer.
Knowing that she really didn't have a timeline as to how long she had to live, and it was actually heartbreaking for me to listen to it. And then also I was there to fix a problem that doesn't really run that cheap as far as replacing her water service.
Water service issue, the customer is responsible for the water service on their property from the meter to the home. And what had actually happened with this customer, it had actually broke, and it was leaking into the yard and leaking into the house.
Basically, your water services, you get water into your house. That water comes from the county. There's a pipe that leads from where, let's say that you had a busted pipe inside your house and the house was filling up with water. The county would come by and they would be able to shut it off out of the street so that no more water comes into the house. Well, beyond that point of the shut off to the house is usually the customer's responsibility. That's where her pipe was busted and it was water running into the ground. It was beyond her meter, so her bill was skyrocketing because of this busted pipe.
A high water bill is definitely a telltale sign. Water pooling or ponding in your yard, water penetrating the wall where the water service comes through. You'll actually see a leak in the basement, or actually you may see a lot of leaks along the basement wall. Look like Niagara Falls. Some of them do.
So I was there to give her an estimate on replacing that water pipe that goes from the county shut off all the way into her house. So that's what the job we were going to stop that water from leaking and also stop that bill from getting out of hand like it was. In my area of expertise, which is to go out and give consultations on water service and on sewer repairs, things that are very necessary to function in a household, whether it's one person or a house full of kids with parents and so forth. If you can't take a shower or use your toilet safely without sewer and other things that could cause a lot of health hazards going on in the house, or just not the ability to have water in your house, it's a very trying time for anybody that's going through that. So I can't just come in and say, hey, this is what you got going on, this is how much it's going to cost. I have to kind of find out what's been going on. Is it something that's been reoccurring? How long have you had this problem?
We are from the excavation department. What we are here to do is bore a new line with our boring machine. I don't hesitate to say yes to help anybody. I think everybody deserves a little help sometimes, once in a while.
Got old marks here. Old marks here. They go across. Yeah, it's kind of weird. There's another one in that second driveway over. Down there by that control joint. There's another one just there. Yeah, it's marked or something.
First and foremost, I'm out to find out, who I'm dealing with. They're not just another person I'm seeing. Every customer, you do develop some sort of relationship. You want to know a little bit about them and so forth. And just in regular conversation, we were going over, some things that have happened in my life and some things that were going on with her.
So it's not the kind of cancer where, they treat you and you're all better and then you can go on with your life. They're really just constantly treating you and monitoring you and trying to keep it going for as long as they can. So, I accepted that, and my husband accepted that, and we were told, they don't know what my life expectancy is, so go ahead and go on, those vacations and spend the time together that you want to spend together. And we were doing that.
And in telling me about her pain, she also let me know that in efforts to, kind of give her some good things and some good memories with all the stuff she had going on, her husband actually took her on a cruise. And the husband, who's supposed to be healthy and fit, he fell sick on the cruise, ended up having to be helivaced off of the cruise, left her on the boat, and he ended up passing. Knowing that we had that program, I had that in mind, that maybe that we could help this lady out.
I like Wallace. Wallace is a good guy. The thing about Wallace is he listens and he understands what the customer's saying. And because he listened and understood, he really realized that this lady had bigger issues than her water service.
How many ways can you be comfortable? An energy-efficient Infinity furnace by Carrier can cut your heating costs by up to 1/3, while also lessening your impact on the environment, which is better for where you live and better for where we all live.
Call 800-948-MIKE or visit michaelandson.com. If you can't, we can.
We were on a vacation and he just started bleeding internally and was airlifted off the ship. Was taken to a doctor's hospital in the Bahamas, and he died a few hours after arriving. And it was that sudden, while he was supposed to be, doing something for me.
To me, that was just, once again, a heart-wrenching story, and I would think tough for anyone to handle.
So, since then, we've had to move from our home because I cannot afford to live in the home that he owned. And we did that in the course of about a month and a half after he died. And I've been working the entire time that I've been taking my treatments. I don't have sick leave at work. I just work for a small company in Towson. And so when I'm out for my procedures or treatments or whatever, that's unpaid time for me.
It's a lot to put on somebody. It's a lot of stress and anxiety and pressure to put on somebody's shoulders. And if it was on somebody's shoulders who are healthy, you could almost say it's bearable. If it's on somebody's shoulders who's strong and healthy, you could almost say, you know what, it's bearable. But to go through whatever treatment she has to go through, to go through whatever procedure she has to go through, and then to have the burden of all of that, and the fact that if she's not working at her job, she's not getting income, an income that she desperately needs.
And it's been a struggle. I have a daughter to raise, and it's been really difficult trying to make, things meet. It costs $150,000 a year to treat a patient in my condition, and it's just overwhelming.
The machine, what it does is we send that line underground. We don't have to dig everything. So we just start from this hole here, hole in the house, and so we hook the pipe over there, and we pull the pipe back.
After I heard her story, and she did express to me that she felt like it was a lot of money for her to handle, being her financial situation at the time. And so I did the necessary due diligence to talk to my manager and see if there was anything that we could do.
Wireless, one of my camera technicians, had called to let me know that he was dealing with a customer in, I believe it's Timonium, Maryland, who had some suffering going on in her life, and now at this point we were there due to a leaking water service, and the customer really had no means to be able to pay for the work that needed to be done.
Right now, as they're boring a new line, new water line from the meter crock to the house, what we're doing here is digging all the holes up to find all the utilities so that they don't hit them. After they're done boring from the meter crock to the house, we're going to pull back a 1-inch K-copper line.
Knowing that we had that program, I had that in mind, that maybe that we could help this lady out here.
I like Wallace. Wallace is a good guy. The thing about Wallace is he listens and he understands what the customer's saying. And because he listened and understood, he really realized that this lady had bigger issues than her water service. I like it when my people can recognize that there's some problems in life, and sometimes it's not about the dollars.
I know about the CARES program. We've actually done another CARES project for a customer. So I made a phone call to Basson, the owner, and asked him to find out where we were with that, and if it was possible I had a candidate.
This lady's working through her treatment, through her disease, not because she wants to, but because she has to. She's working because she has to. She's working because she has to sustain life for her daughter. Her daughter, you know what, is an innocent victim of all of this. She's got her father who she lost about 18 months ago, and she's got a mother who's terribly sick. So this is really a no-brainer for me. This is a slam dunk. I gotta do it.
I think that if I had not had the faith that I have, I probably would not have endured as well.
I'm glad that I was able to bring, a little bit of sunshine into her life. And sometimes you don't know where that sunshine is coming from. And this time for her, it came from Michael and Son.
It's so cold in here.
When are we gonna get the heat fixed, honey?
Oh, come on, guys. It's not that bad.
Call Michael & Son for your plumbing, electrical, heating, and cooling needs, and turn to the experts at Carrier to keep your family warm this winter. Call 800-948-MIKE or visit michaelandson.com. Get a free duct cleaning and air purification when you purchase any heating and air conditioning system from Michael & Son. If you can't, we can.
Dealt with the issues of cancer with his mother and so forth, I knew that would be something that we would want to take a look at and see how we could help her get through these tough times.
It kind of hits home for me because my mom, she passed away from breast cancer. So I mean that kind of hits home with me. So when you have something that kind of means something to you, like breast cancer, you become more sensitive to people's issues and feelings. But then you got to couple all that with the fact that she's a widow and she's now having to go through this alone with a young daughter.
I think that if I had not had the faith that I have, I probably would not have endured as well.
I'm glad that I was able to bring, a little bit of sunshine into her life. And sometimes you don't know where that sunshine is coming from. And this time for her, it came from Michael and Son.
The program that they have, it's almost unbelievable to me that someone would just reach out and help you. And it's something that you don't see commonly. And it's so refreshing. I mean, it's, to me, it's a gift. I thought, where on earth am I going to get the money to pay for this project? I mean, replacing your main water supply line is not a cheap endeavor.
I actually think it's probably one of the best parts of the company. It's very comforting to me also. I come from a family where my father, my grandfather would take their shirt off their back to help someone else. So to actually, be in a position where I can do that for other people is probably one of the best things that I can do in life right now.
This is not a small gift. This is a huge generosity from a complete stranger who doesn't even know me. So, Michael, if you hear this, thank you. I am so grateful. You must be reaching down in the center of your heart to do this for people. It's a wonderful feeling, I can tell you that. I feel like I just got my first break in 2 years.
Welcome to Michael & Son Services. My name is Bassem Mansour, and I'm the proud son of Michael. There are a lot of things that go into a service that we provide, and I would like to take a moment to give you a quick tour. All of our calls get answered 7 days a week, up until 9 p.m. weekdays by our highly trained customer service representatives.
Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and notate that in the account. Again, the technician does call you 30 minutes prior to arrival, and I have you all scheduled for October the 10th between 2 and 6. It's been my pleasure, sir.
My management team and their support staff are amazing. The company couldn't run without them. In addition, we have a full-time administrator to take care of the permits that are required on many of the jobs that we complete every week.
It's on the system.
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. Let's get it scheduled right away. Thank you.
She also manages our quality control team, whose job it is to pull those permits as well as spot check random jobs and bring back daily reports and pictures to our management team for review. We spend a lot of time and resources training by completing weekly technician classes.
Everybody turns in
by next Monday.
Okay.
You turn it in. You must know your craft.
We believe in hands-on training in our fully operational workshop. We also require that all of our technicians be certified or be in the appropriate school to become certified. There's no such thing as knowing too much here.
On the fitting itself, on this brass fitting right here. Okay? Now, where does this have to run to? The grounding box in the original panel, okay, or to the grounding rod that supplies the original panel.
In addition to training, we maintain fully stocked trucks and fully stocked warehouses to serve our customer needs. We believe that your time is valuable and should not be wasted waiting for us to pick up stuff from the supply shop. Not only do we respect your time, but we respect your property as well.
How you doing? I'm Joshua with Michael & Son. Is my truck parked all right over there?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's why we like things clean. We wash everything. All of our drop cloths that touch your floors, our doormats that we stand on before we enter your house, our trucks that are parked in front of your home gets washed every time. In addition, we shine our shoes
even though they are covered with few protective booties.
Just want to make sure I don't make a mess in our house there.
I want to go ahead and do this one.
Okay, great. Do I have your permission to do the work today?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Aside from electrical, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning services, we also offer excavation services for sewer and water line replacements, as well as construction services for your additions and renovation needs.
We even offer handyman and remodeling services for your home.
Please come by and visit our beautiful and complete kitchen and bath showroom.
Studio 57 showcases many tile, toilet, sink, and shower fixture options that we offer to help create your dream bathroom, as well as cabinets and countertops and accessories you envision in your ideal kitchen. Call and set up an appointment to meet with one of our designers. We want to help plan your home's future.
So please know this, even though we might come to your home alone and perform the work alone, there's a team of people behind every technician that makes everything possible. And behind this team of people is my dad's wisdom that is with me every day, ensuring that I live up to his standards. Thank you for visiting with us, and we look forward to seeing you in the future.
If you can't,
We can!
The heater it's not warming up the house, so we don't know if it's the pump or what. So now we use the fireplace and we use two electric heaters. That's what we use to heat the house. So the fireplace isn't actually good for him, and we have a kerosene heater that I actually, because it was cold, so I had to have more heat than them two little heaters, so I got a kerosene heater, but the fumes from the kerosene heater, we can't do that either. The fireplace is just the smoke. I mean, there's not really a lot of smoke that comes in the house, but just with him being around, different kinds of smells and inhaling, they told me it's not good. It's not good. So that's when my mom, when we were having all these problems, my mom called you guys, and because she was really worried because of him, and she called and was like, maybe, somebody could help me, and that's when you guys called me and were like, okay, well, we can see what we can do.